Thanks to MES College, Arts, Commerce and Science College and the principal of the college also. And also I thank my friend Dr. Jai Sima and President V. Nagaraj sir and all the authority of the Mythic Society and the authority of all the MES College for the invitation. Friends, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce the concept of history, the particularly local history, how important for understanding of the larger section of our society. So today I will be discussing or presenting the 19th century, how the important episodes, actually the main episodes, help the Bengaluru city emerging as a various industrial town, science town, literary town, or military establishment town, even traditional town. How this emerged, I will be discussing about that one. Before that, sir, light ತೆಗಿಬಿಡಿ sir. So the title of my title of the today's my lecture is Transformation of Bangalore in the 19th century. Actually, this subject was suggested by my friend Jai Sima when we are discussing about the talk on the Bengaluru history. I have been working on Bangalore for many years, almost 20 years, and also published a book on the Bangalore Parampare in Kannada. Basically, it is a collection of my articles on various aspects of Bangalore, how the Bangalore has emerged as a heritage site. So I discuss many things in this book, but this topic is entirely different from my book versions. So the idea which I got it, 19th century is very interesting for all of us. Not only Bangalore, entire country, our country witnessed the various important events. Actually, that's why today what we are here, it's because of 19th century. The transformation which has taken place all over India, particularly Karnataka and particularly Bangalore. We have a various aspect I will be discussing one by one. There will be discussions about how railway was arrived to the Bangalore and suddenly there is a lot of changes in our society. The migration of laborers, migration could be seen in the 19th century, and there is a lot of industrial activities began that actually made the Bangalore city become an industrial city. So all these things will be discussed in my present. Before that, I'll just mention how Bangalore is located. Geographically, this is a very interesting. All of us, we know that Bangalore is far away from Kaveri river and we have very less water resources. That's why we have the tanks, lakes around that. But in fact, Bangalore is also surrounded by two rivers, major rivers. One is Arkavati, another is Pinakini. Arkavati and Pinakini actually rises from the Nandi Hills. Both they rises from the Nandi Hills, and one migrated to they flowed to the Rajan Kunte, then Dodwalapur area, then it travels to the Ramnagar area, then Savandurga, then it enters to the Kanakpur area and joins the Kaveri. So that is a route. The western part of Bangalore, that is a Arkavati, and eastern part is a Pinakini, Dakshina Pinakini we call it. So that actually it goes to the Vaskote and then it goes to the Tamil Nadu and reach the Bay of Bengal. So these two rivers actually played a vital role for the Bangalore history. So that is why the geographically Bangalore is very strategically located, and moreover, it is a center of the southern India, particularly the east coast and west coast. If you look at the Mangaluru, distance from Mangaluru to Bangalore and distance from Bangalore to Madras is almost equal. It's the same equal, it is there. So it's in the center of the two coast, and this actually helped from the ancient period, the people, particularly the trade activities from east coast to west coast. So Bangalore area was the mostly affected. That's why we have a trader communities, merchants, number of merchants. We could see around Mudaliar, maybe Shitters. There are such traders or merchants are located in Bangalore, surrounding not only Bangalore, this area, particularly this area we could see, and transportation made a vital role in the history of Bangalore there. This is the Arkavati river. So this Arkavati and Pennar, how they divide the area, I just wanted to show there. Yes. So this is how the Arkavati flows. The Arkavati river, and it comes from Nandi Hills. This to show that how the geography, Bangalore area. Thus you can see this river Arkavati, you can see this is how the landscape of this Bangalore area originally, how it could be, just to show the landscape of the Bangalore region. This river Arkavati is here. This just to show the Bangalore, how Bangalore was, could be the landscape, previous landscape. Now we have, we have occupied most of this entire area. Now it is no more. We could see this kind of landscape. So this river this is the Arkavati river. Some just to show that. And all of us, we know the Bengaluru inscription. It dated to the 9th century, late 9th century AD. It has a reference of Bengaluru. This is already, if you want to see the original or the replica, Mythic Society has a wonderful copy of this stone. So we can just see this 3D model is available now. So this reference to the Bengaluru is one of the inscription from Bengaluru has the reference of Bengaluru, name of the Bengaluru. So we know that the name of the Bengaluru was already existed in 9th century, late 9th century. This is the inscription. It talks about the one battle, Bengaluru Kalaga. It is a written Bengaluru Kalaga. So it shows that there was a battle between Gangas and Nodambas. So this has the reference of Nagattara, the hero of the Bengaluru. It's also mentioned in this inscription. So the name of the Bengaluru goes back to the 9th century, and we have a lot of inscriptions, Madiwala and other places. The whole idea, what the inscriptions, other things, would, those who are interested, the Mythic Society has a very good, program or 3D epigraphical, studies as well as the collection. So this will help us to understand the concept of the Bangalore and surrounding area. What are the inscriptions? How many inscriptions are there? Please visit the website of Mythic Society and particular 3D inscriptions program, which will give a lot of information, and Reddit references are there. Those you no need to go to the library, you can easily read the inscriptions of the Mythic Society's website. So based on all these inscriptions which I have also consulted, and will give an idea how the previous society was there. Before 19th century, what kind of society, what kind of culture existed in this region easily can be seen from the epigraphical as well as the architectural. So based on this architecture as well as the inscriptions, briefly I will just mention that also before taking this subject, today's subject, 19th century, there is also one map is there in Mythic Society. It is a 1884 map. Prepared in 1884 map, very large map. It is a collection of 5 big parts of the map. Will give a very good idea how many villages, small villages, big villages existed before 19th century. that is my source of collection. Today's my talk will be based on this map as well as inscriptions. How these are very important. This is a map government, cantonment and city of Bengaluru and environment places. So this was published in 1884-85. This is the only one copy which is available in the library. So this will give a pre-19th century. How many villages are there, how the landscape is there, how the rivers, water system, lakes, everything is all mapped here. So this is a wonderful source for the understanding of it. This is in that map, there is a very good map of the plan of the fort is there, it is given. Now this fort is not visible now, it is all dismantled, but only this part is remaining, that is called Bengaluru Fort, but this is the only part is remaining. This map will give us very good idea how Bengaluru fort was constructed before it was dismantling. It was dismantled after the 1884. So this plan will get, this is also from the same map. So based on this map, I will be talking how the society changed the transformations. I just briefly mentioned how the history of Bengaluru. Of course, we have a lot of evidence of epigraphy as well, but we have a prehistoric map. We have rock paintings, prehistoric man, as old as 1 lakh years back, man was existed in this area. Kibbanadi is the best example. They are nearby Bengaluru. Kibbanadi village, scholars have been working on that, and they have discovered tools, stones made out of stones. Stone tools have been discovered, and they show that this Bengaluru region was also part of the Paleolithic period. And later on, continuing with the Mesolithic period, we have Sheshadri. Dr. M. Sheshadri has worked on this area, and he has discovered number of Mesolithic and early historic, particularly megalithic sites. So those history goes back to the Bengaluru history as long as 1 to 2 lakh years. From that onwards, human settlements could be seen in this area. So based on that, we have early historic sites. Number of early historic sites surrounding area. Even Bengaluru, proper Bengaluru, was also part of the early historic sites. In the antiquities are found in the Lal Bagh and various places. Even S.R. Rao discovered the Mesolithic tools. Some of the come from the this Basangudi area. So we show that this ancient man was existed in Bengaluru area. So apart from that, we have a medieval period. Early medieval period, Gangas was part of the Bengaluru was a part of Gangas. Then we have Gangas Nagattara is well known to this place, and also that comes with the Hoysalas. Briefly, I just talk about the Hoysalas. Hoysalas, particularly we have inscriptions issued by the Hoysalas in Tamil as well as Kannada, which will also give us. After the 1537 is the establishment of the Bengaluru. We usually consider Kempegoda history is the foundation of Bengaluru town. So this will. So various Kempegoda's period, we have seen the city was started developing with the fortified area, and a number of pages were laid, and pages, and a number of activities started. Karaga is one of them, and various activities we could see that. So this is one of the inscriptions from the Bengaluru. This is it is in the near Avenue Road. There is a temple called Ranganatha Temple. In the temple, there is on the left side there is a inscription. It supports in Telugu, but it refers to the Kempegoda, second Kempegoda, Imadi Kempegoda, which refers to this Mutyala Pete, and gives the name of the Vijayanagara Sripati. So this is the only inscription from Bengaluru. We could trace the history of Bengaluru Pete area. So this temple has a very interesting, horse. It's like similar to the Hampi temples, which is a very interesting temple. But unfortunately, it is in the densely populated area. We are unable to, enjoy the beauty of the temple because it's a very overcrowded area. So those are interested in architecture. It's very interesting. We have only two evidence in Karnataka. Horses Use yes. Horses used as a mantapa decorative pillars. One in Bengaluru Ranganath temple. Another one is we have in Hampi Vittala temple outside temple. There is a mantapa called Bombay Mantapa. Kudre Mantapa we call it. Apart from Hampi, only second one is in Bengaluru. Nowhere else we have this horses as a decorative pillar. So we have yadis everywhere. Yadis are Simha, yadis are found, also temple, other things. But here we have the decoration of the horses are there. So this is the Kempegoda's sculpture, which is still existed in the Alsur temple. Those are familiar with the Alsur temple. There is one sculpture is there. This is probably Kempegoda's sculpture, because there is also a queen portrait is also there. This is the portrait of the king, probably Kempegoda's portrait. So this is city was divided into Dulpete, Chikkapete, Suryabidi, Chandrabidi. These are references are found in various. So this is the territory of Kempegoda, Nada Prabhus. This is the Mysore, old Mysore state, this one. Shivaji's, Sanskrit epic, Shivaji, story of Shivaji. Shiva Bharata also reference of, Bengaluru. Bengaluru is called in Bengaluru, that is a Marathi term, it has been recorded. And for the particularly Marathas period, we have a number of evidences, both literature as well as the epigraphy. We have a reference to the Malleshwara temple, Malleshwaram, and inscriptions as well as references are there. Around 50 years, we have the Maratha rule in Bengaluru area. And then one of the family migrated to the Tamil Nadu, and they established the Tanjavur migration. So Malleshwara is the, all of us we know, Mallapura became Malleshwaram in 1669 with the inscriptions. Thereafter, Vadiyar period also we get an inscriptions as well as the Venkateshwara temple, and the fort was renovated or reconstructed by the Vadiyar period we could see. So this is the brief history of Bengaluru. The old monuments in Bengaluru, we know some of the old, Begur is the best example. Those who are familiar with Begur, same pattern, the temples are found in Nandi, Avani. So these are the connections. We could see this ancient period temples, Dravida style of temples constructed in the stones. Usually, rarely, if you go to the Vijayanagara temples, the upper part is always bricks, but here it's a fully stone. This is a Ganga Chola period. We have a lot of inscriptions Ganga period. So this is a good example of Dravida architecture in Bangalore area. Yes, this is the Bengaluru fort established by the Kempegoda, area Kempegoda. Then we have this is the plan of the city. This is the original plan is the mud fort, surrounded rectangular, and we added another fort. This is a citadel complex we call it. So it is connected to the main another Pete area, and this is how we could study. This is the old map of Bengaluru prepared in 1791 after the British takeover the fort. This is an aerial map of Bengaluru city. This is the Bengaluru fort. All of us we know this is the only part of the original fort. Very little part is the remaining. Otherwise, almost 95% of the fort is demolished. Only little remains inside the fort area. Those who are interested, please visit. Just to show how forts inside the fort. So just to show that this is the old drawing, the sketch of Bengaluru fort inside. I have taken the photograph of the same angle. So this arch gate is still there, and this bastion, this is the bastion is the remains here. This is a square wall is still there. This is the same angle which I have taken the photograph, and this is the old drawing. This is by Hunter, British artist. He has drawn this. Only this missing is Mantapa here. This Mantapa is this missing here. So this is the old photography of Bengaluru fort. Just to show, this is the English inscription is here. Here, this is the inscription. This is the inscription title. This way, Bengaluru was, a fort was assaulted and they reached, British, they took over the fort. This is old photography of Bengaluru fort. It's this you can see this is a moat around the fort area, and this is a two basins. There must be some gate in between, and there is a mandapa here. Now we can't even trace where it was there. Maybe I just assume that this must be the Avenue Road entrance, Mandapa, this Anjaneya temple, maybe. This must be the Yelanka gate. This is maybe the KG Road. Could be because this landscape looks like that. This is another photography of Bengaluru fort area. This is a market. This is a KR market area. This is a earlier before market. A weekly fair, what you call Sante, used to take place here. That became a market. So this is another photography of Bengaluru. You can see people are standing on the fort. This Kandaka is still there. So this is another photography. This is rarely available in our collections. This is another photography. This is KR Market. Is coming from Tipu Palace to KR Market road. This is now we can't even stand. There are a lot of shops are here. So this is Parimala Theatre is here. This is a Govt.of temple. This is built by the Chikadevaraja Vadiyan. This is a temple. Very interesting, but unfortunately this photography not. Alsur temple. These are the traditional, how Bengaluru was traditionally pre-19th century. It was just humble town with traditional temples, mandapas, and we could see the lifestyle was very simple there. So this is also old photography. This is another old photography. This is a Gangadharswara temple. This is a sketch by Alexander, British artist. This is Harihara hill, Harihara Mandapa. This is a stone sheltering, stone umbrella, and these are rock cut, monolithic rock cut Suryapana, Chandrapana, Trishula. So this is the Gangadharswara. This entire things we could see there. And interestingly, this Shailaja madam from Nehru Planetarium, she has worked and she studied this Suryapana and Chandrapana, why they are face to face, why they are next to them face to face. Our studies, scientifically understood. These are actually meant for geometrical pattern, astronomical. Like we have in Delhi, Jantar Mantar area, nearby that astronomical one place is there. So same idea was also trying to put these two, because there is a sunlight. It falls on both the Chandrapana and Suryapana. Morning, this will be falling, the sunlight will follow on falls on this, and evening it falls on this. So there is a astronomical significances are there in this. That's Shailaja's madam's understanding. She has also published one very good article about the astronomical aspects of it. This may be the astronomical area where they try to understand the movement of the sun and moon. So this may be the, we have to re-understand the temple complex again. So this, we know this is a Basavana, Dodda Basavana backside. You could see there is a hill. It was built on the hill. So this temple, Dodda Basavana temple backside, old photography I am using, because I like to just show how Bengaluru was originally, how it was peaceful and nice. Now it is overcrowded. This is a landscape of Bengaluru region. This is one mandapa. This is on the way. This is one small hill is there. This is a Shivgange. This is a Shivgange hill. This is a the sketch is, the painting is from British period, around 1791. So they made a landscape. This landscape now we can't even imagine the landscape. Earlier people could see Magdi Road. Those who are nearby Magdi Road, they can easily see Shivagange and Savandurga from the Bengaluru. Now it is not possible to see Bengaluru, Shivagange. Some places we can go there, you can see, but landscape we can see how the hilly area with the valleys and valleys are there. So that landscape is we are missing now. These are all of us, we know, these are the Kempegoda Mantapas, watchtowers, Kaval Gopuras on the four sides. So these are some of the photos. So the battle, 1791. So I'll come to my topic now. Before 19th century, beginning 1800 onwards, before that, all of us we know Mysore, British, there was 4 battles. Anglo-Mysore War 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 was held the third Anglo-Mysore was exactly on Bengaluru region. When Cornwallis took over the British army, he marched against the Tipu Sultan, and he first attack was was after the Vasur. The British army camped at Bangalore in 1791 in the month of March. So that time they attacked on the Alsur Gate, what is today's corporation area, Alsur Gate, and there 5 British officers they died there. And this is a turning point for the Bengaluru history. After the British, losing their army, they tried to attack and take over the Bengaluru fort. In almost 20 days long battle, finally British under the leadership of Cornwallis take over the Bengaluru city into their hands, and after that, 1791 onwards, Bengaluru became a Britishers' main. Bengaluru became the army camp. After the capturing of the Bengaluru, they occupied the Tipu Palace, and they established the British camp. Thereafterwards, after that, there was agreement between Tipu Sultan and British. That's why according to the agreement, Bengaluru was again given back to the Tipu Sultan. For next 9 years, it was under the Tipu Sultan. After the 1979, after the 4th Anglo-Mysore War, Bengaluru, along with the Mysore, Bengaluru also part of the British company, East India Company. So that is a turning point for understanding it. So this is just to show map. After the Tipu Sultan, the Mysore region, including Srinagarpatna, Mysore, Bengaluru, became a part of the British East India Company. So just to show that after the British establishment, they tried to put their army in Bangalore. So this Battle of Bangalore, 1791-92, brought the Europeans to the Bangalore. First time, till 1791, many Europeans were not aware of Bangalore. They had a very little knowledge. But after 1971, after the establishment of Bangalore, so they tried to settle in Bangalore and establishing the cantonment. So that is the beginning of the. So my major argument I will be now talking about it. After the Tipu Sultan, the Bengaluru witnessed the end of Islamic rule of Tipu Sultan and the re-establishment of the Wadiyar. All of us we know Wadiyars were Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan. They sidelined the Wadiyars and they took over the power of the Mysore. Almost 40 years it was under there. And after the British entered the 4th Anglo-Mysore War, after the won over the Tipu Sultan, after the death of Tipu Sultan, the entire state, including Bengaluru, they saw the end of Islamic rule of Tipu Sultan. So that is a major, breakthrough. After that, the British re-established the Wadiyar's rule in Mysore state, including Bangalore. So that is the 19th century opens with a new idea of the, particularly Bengaluru witnessed the end of the Islamic rule in Bengaluru, and Mummadi Krishnaraja Vadiyar, and the history of the commissioner's rule. Residency office was established in Mysore. So this actually the opening of the 19th century is the new phase actually we established in Bengaluru. Otherwise, it was a part of the Tipu Sultan's palace, Tipu Sultan's army. After all these things, that rule suddenly ended in after the 1800. 19th century opened with a new avenue. So now new things starts in Bengaluru. My argument is like this: how the end of Islamic rule and the beginning of re-establishment of Wadiyar and the entry of the indirect rule, what we call British indirect rule, began in Bangalore. So this is the same battle. So after that, you Hudson, of course, Senator politics, I will not discuss. So along with that end of the Islamic rule and re-establishment of Wadiyars, suddenly we could see the arrival of Christianity and missionaries. That is a 19th century phenomena, we could see that. So because of the new arrival of Christianity and missionaries, what we have today's pattern of education, pattern of lifestyle, pattern of our society, all starts with the 19th century, beginning of 19th century, because Christianity, along with the Christianity, the migration starts, the conversion starts, the new society emerged from the 19th century onwards in Bangalore area. So earlier it was a combination of indigenous, now the Western culture, and many missionaries became active in Mysore state. Bangalore became a center of missionaries. We know many Christian missionaries, they opened the schools, they opened the service centers. So along with that, the Christianity emerged in this Bangalore. That's why we could see number of churches. Oh, sorry, the missionaries, this is just to show missionaries. The congregations, their preachings actually affected the society and the conversion started there. So that's why we could see many churches in the. So this is the oldest, first church in Bengaluru. All of us, we have many churches in Bengaluru, but what is the first church in Bengaluru? That was very next to Tipu Sultan Palace. When the British, 1791, they occupied the Bangalore, they established the one church that is next to the Tipu Palace. This was the original church, first church. This is illustration is from the Christianity in South India. There is a very good book on the Christianity in South India. It has given a old church sketches. Actually now today, what we see the Victoria Hospital that area. Originally that was a church. After the establishment of the Victoria Hospital, that church authority was asked to move from there, and now next to that they moved it. But originally this was the a simple church was there. Thereafter, we could see St. John Church. Sorry, this more not photos are PDF. I made it. This is a St. John. This is a Dickinson Road. You could see this is a old photography. So such architecture, we didn't have, before 19th century, we didn't have this architecture. We had temple architecture, we had a dargahs, we had a fort architecture. So this kind of architecture, this kind of church activities, we could see from 19th century. So that is my argument. From 19th century onwards, we see the different culture emerging slowly, but very strategically located in Bangalore. So another Trinity, Holy Trinity Church, MG Road area. So this kind of activities we could see there. East Parade Road Church, just to show. Andrew Church, these are 19th century the churches. Same. This Hudson Church, this Senator was actually was there. It was removed 1980 somewhere, and now the Kempegoda statue is established here. This is the corporation circle. This is corporation circle. You can't even imagine this corporation circle now. but Hudson's church is still there. Just to show old landscape of Bangalore. People were moving with cycle, very less people were there around there. And after the British occupations, 1809, particularly in Bengaluru, British started a cantonment, that is a military camp. Biggest camp was established in Bengaluru. It is a 19th century creation. Bengaluru, earlier it was only confined to the what you call today's Pete area, Chickpete, Dodpete, Aminu Road area. Suddenly there was a new city or new camp emerged just adjacent to the Bengaluru city, some 6 kilometers originally from Pete area. That is near Alsur, cantonment began there. Oldest information what we have, British was very small camp actually established. How the camp cantonment began is just a few infantry as well as the other soldiers. They established this cantonment just to show you 2 European regiments, 5 native troops, 5 artillery troops, 1 hospital. There was also selected cantonment was area surrounding Alsur tank. Present Alsur tank, just on the edge of the tank only, the original camp, the cantonment actually established there. Slowly that expanded, slowly because the more and more camps extended, the area became a larger area. And 1827 we had 8,000 infantry. These are all recorded in one of the texts in the information given by the British officer. Visited 1827. He has given the details about this. So just to show, in 19th century, Bengaluru became a slowly westernized culture emerged from there. Military, British, missionaries, all these things coming in Bengaluru. Slowly that society attracted to the western culture and started this. Bengaluru became a town, or western town, slowly became a western town. Just to show, one gazetteer that is 1855, there is a gazetteer of South India, it is available in Physics Study. Those who are interested, you can just see there is one chapter on Bangalore cantonment. It gives a very good idea what kind of cantonment area, particularly water from Alsur, Sanpige tanks. They used to take the water from Sanpige tank. Sanpige means resident area, Richmond Circle area, and the commissioner was police, commissionerate officer was the police head. So these are the information which gives the 1855 gazetteer of South India. This is an old sketch. 1829, one visitor has made a sketch of cantonment. Imagine this is only cantonment area. This is cemetery. This is some of the cantonment area. These are the bank of the Alsur. These are the barracks. These are the barracks. There is another. This is Alsur tank. This is a Alsur tank, and particularly cantonment area. This is Alsur tank. Imagine Alsur tank was like this. These are the just sketches of barracks, army, how they were constructed, barracks were constructed. Now also barracks, some of the barracks, old barracks still remains there in Bengaluru. The life of Bengaluru cantonment, soldiers, how they are living there. They brought the various utensils, various, lifestyle. So slowly that lifestyle became a part of Bengaluru now. I'll just skip some of them. This is the old cantonment map. I got it from military officer. This is we show that Bengaluru, Neelsandra, Hardwadi, Kormangala, Easypura, Chadigatta, Srinivagalu. These are the villages map. This is the old map, 1870s. So this will give an idea how cantonment extended this area. All small villages became a part of that. So this old map will help us to understand the lakes, the landscape, all these things can be understood. So Bengaluru, imagine slowly that one part of Bengaluru started growing there. These all villages became a part of cantonment now. This is the old photography of Bengaluru parade ground. Army, the Bengaluru, this kind of camp we did 18th century we did 19th century onwards. This became a common scene in Bengaluru. Military parades, these military activities in camp area began particularly. Now also still continue the same. Even if you go to the MG Road area, if you go to the Bengaluru area, if you go to the Koromangal area, you will see the military establishments. Some of the establishments. So that is because of 19th century this military camp. Actually, what we have established in British, the story continued till today. This is just a Dukanali, Bengaluru, that became a part of it, just to show one of the map. So this is what are the villages? Bengaluru district contains in 1840s. Just to show statistics, how many villages were there? Taluka, 28 taluka, population, they have given how much population was there. So 19th century, all together 20,000, 2,785 was there. These are all including talukas. Chitradurga, Bengaluru had only 2,68,800 population. Even I think our neighborhood will have this many population now. So next one is my argument is, after the 19th century in Bengaluru, European architecture emerged. Earlier temples were built, mosques were built up to end of the 18th century. 19th century onwards, we could see the architecture, particularly European architecture, we could see in Bengaluru. So this is after the Gothic, we did not have any idea about the Gothic architecture, Georgian architecture, Victorian architecture, Neo-Roman styles. All four architectural styles we could see till today in Bengaluru. Like Central College, maybe Attara Kacheri, you can take a Mayor Hall. If you take many bungalows. So this architecture, the arrival of European architecture traditions that can be seen in 19th century. Till today, what we have architecture, even build a big Vidhan Sabha, other things. Actually, this origin of idea, the architectural styles emerged from the 19th century. So this architecture of European architecture traditions began in Bengaluru from the 19th century. So such bungalows, such a double-story bungalow, so circular, semicircular arches with Roman pillars, Roman-style pillars, chaja, all these things. It's combination of European and Indian traditions began in Bangalore. Sorry, this. So just to show some of the architectural elements of European architecture, we didn't have this idea, this long porticos, big pillar porticos, sloping eaves. So such architecture, European architecture in Bengaluru, we could see that. This is a May Hall. Sorry, this map. Yeah, this is another one. 1868, Bowring Institute was established in Bengaluru. Bowring Institute, now we see it as a club. Actually, it is serving as a club. Originally, it was not a club. It was actually kind of a literary center. Like, Asiatic Society in Bengal. Same pattern, same idea was started in Bowring Institute. This was the literary center. Like after the establishment of Mythic Society, this became a kind of a club. Otherwise, before the Mythic Society establishment, this was the place where the people used to come here, discuss and study. And the Bowring Institution was very famous for the bringing their own journals. So like it was connected to the Bengal Society, Bombay Society. After that, after the establishment of the Mythic Society, this became only the entertainment or kind of a club kind of activities. Otherwise, this was originally in Bengaluru, literary society it was there. It was connected to the literary society of Madras originally. So this area, we could see from 19th century onwards, Bengaluru started having the education, particularly elite class, particularly those who are interested in the philosophy, those who are interested in the history, astronomy or physics, science, all things actually we could trace in the 19th century with the establishment of the Bowring institutions. just to show how European architecture, this kind of architecture we didn't have. Slowly that porticos, that kind of architecture, the lifestyle also changes from the old traditional to modern. So this is the John Hills Road. Just I'm showing old photos just to understand how Bengaluru was different from today. Today we could see only 30 40 story buildings with very glass shining buildings. But originally it was very simple and humble. Big streets with double story buildings and peaceful life. No hurry, no traffic, nothing. These are the British cantonment area, and this is actual Hudson Circle, the cemetery culture. You could see today what we have, cemeteries in various places. Before 19th century we didn't have. After that we could get this kind of cemeteries, and you see many inscriptions in English. So next one is my point is Bengaluru emerged as a European extended town. All of us we know Bengaluru, it was a British cantonment, but slowly Benson town, for example, Benson town, Richmond town. So small, because those who retired from the military, Europeans, particularly English Britishers, after retirement they made their own settlement here. After retirement they wanted to settle in Bengaluru because of climate, because of various facilities was available in Bengaluru. So they connected with the Bengaluru, and these new towns emerged. Cox Town, Benson Town, Richmond Town. These settlements or layout began in this cantonment area, extended that area, became it's a part of the European town. There is also records in the one of the old records. Apples were grown. Apples were cultivated in Bengaluru, Ganganagar area. So this such information because because of European settlements, potato was introduced in Bengaluru, and particularly Nandili area, they introduced horticulture, and they started a potato growing in Bengaluru. Potato was big demand in British colony. So potato, lot of horticultural activities began in Bengaluru. Lal Bagh, Kabbal Park. So such parks emerged. So that before 19th century we didn't have all these cultures. That after the 19th century, that concept of township completely changed from the old traditional towns, agrara or towns. Suddenly there is a town with the commercial streets, bazaars, well connected with the parks, layout. All these things you could see. That's why I consider Bengaluru became a European extended town. So that's why the British, many officers, they wanted to settle in Bengaluru area. All of us we know after the independence, many British settlements, those who are owners of the houses, they gave it to their own servants, or they sold to the local people and went back to England. But otherwise they were settling in Bengaluru. Up to 1947 we have the very good records. Britishers were very much interested in to settle in Bengaluru, and that's why we have one more town, that is a Whitefield. All of us we know Anglo-Indians, they had their own society and they built a new town, that is a Whitefield area. So with this emergence of new town emerging, so Bengaluru made a three parts. Bengaluru old town, that is a Pete area, native town they call it. Bengaluru cantonment, that is a British town. Third one is the Anglo-Indian town, that is a Whitefield area. So these three are well connected with the history. Because of the lifestyle, our activity, you could see British kind of lifestyle, daily life. They became a park, they became today also we have a evening parties. British also had a lot of parties in the Kabbal Park or some other area, get together. Such activities, European township, similar to that we started the domestic life. This is another military. This was published in one of the illustrated sporting democratic news. This is a 1870 newspaper has the publication of this drawing sketch. This from Bengaluru. How the army are playing the games. you could see this, soldiers, British soldiers in that period, they were horse riding, other things. Photos are broken. Yeah, you can just see in the lifestyle of British. This is from Bengaluru. So the bungalows, small bungalows with the, earlier now we have cars, we have Mercedes cars, but British period, they had a tanga with the horses. This was their vehicle and the servants are there. The lifestyle just showing how the lifestyle was there. This is another photograph. Just outside the bungalow, they are sitting with the coffee, bread. Just to show how Bengaluru, these are all from Bengaluru cantonment photographs. So local native people were servants. Actually they are serving for the tea, they are household. So some of the buildings you could see that, this is the Raj Bhavan, originally Raj Bhavan. Residency, the residency used to stay here. This is the same residency, Raj Bhavan. So after the, particularly Kabbal, he established this is a new building. This is called Atara Kacheri originally. 18 departments were established here. Now it is a High Court. So this kind of architecture, this kind of emergence, European style of lifestyle, particularly architecture, this kind of space was introduced in 19th century. This is a commercial street. Sorry, this. So this is a High Court before the construction of the Vidhan Sabha. This is the Vidhan Sabha, before Vidhan Sabha photograph. This is the Kabbal Park. This is a road. This is the residency. This is a before construction of the open area for the Vidhan Sabha. Very rarely we get this old photograph. So this is a Kabbal Park connected to the museum. These are all 19th century the constructions. This is a civil court area. Now it is we don't have this building. District office area. Old district office. Now Kaveri Bhavan is there. Such buildings are now missing now. So these are all built before 1860s. This is Victoria Hospital, of course, later period. The next one is I would like to mention that in the pandemic, particularly this particular big pandemic, plague made Bengaluru into very different, completely changes our concept. That of course is the end of the 19th century, but Malleshwaram and Basangudi and other towns like Bengaluru town, other towns, they emerged after the pandemic. Pandemic actually made the Bengaluru city very, drastically changed from because started people, those who are living in the old city, they started moving from old to the new established Malleshwaram and Basangudi area. So all of us, we know pandemic, plague actually brought the new concept of our society. This is a 1877, there was a Chama, big Chama was there, famine. So that time, so people were starving. So these are just a photograph how people were, difficult that time. This is a plague, this is a relief area, this is a Basangudi area, Bull Temple area. So people were suffering and this actually made the people to, survive. This was just to show. New settlements, 1892, we have it was decided to establish the Basangudi and Malleshwaram. Two settlements, new settlements emerged in 19th century. What today we have, Malleshwaram, Basangudi, all planned in 19th century. And I think the best planned city yet today also, this Basangudi and Malleshwaram. If you go to the any main road or cross road, or you go there, the best planned is these two towns. Malleshwaram and Basangudi there. So this is a Basangudi area, this is the old Bengaluru area, cantonment area is here, Malleshwaram is here. So these two, after that, this, I'm not going into detail how much acres and other things. Malleshwaram, And this is the old drawing of the Malleshwaram plan. Each house was a very, big houses in Malleshwaram. They had well planned there. Where should be the road, where should be the tree, all these things were planned for the extension of the Malleshwaram. Because of plague, people were scared, like Corona. We had this Corona, and after that our lifestyle completely changed. Today also, we are scared to shake hands. Sometimes we are doubt whether we should. Now I think all of us we know whoever visit now hospital, they go with a mask. Mask became a part of our culture now. Same thing in the plague period, Malleshwaram was established and they wanted to settle or they make a houses wide far away different, but one to another house distance was maintained there. Same thing we could see in the plan of the Malleshwaram. This is the Basangudi. Sheshadri was the responsible for the Diwan Sheshadri. So this is the Basangudi is well planned. Now also it is the best planned city or town. Everybody, you ask anybody, everybody wish to settle in either Malleshwaram or Basangudi because the preference is more, because that is a landscape itself is a very attractive. After the establishment of the two, Malleshwaram and Basangudi, it became a four towns. One is the cantonment, second one is Pete area or old Bengaluru, Malleshwaram and Basangudi. These four circles, you could see this all connected. Slowly the Bengaluru became slowly extending one after one. Then thereafter, the cantonment area, that white field, all these things emerged. Slowly they became 19th century is the beginning of the widening of the Bengaluru we could see there. So lifestyle of this Bengaluru cantonment lifestyle was like this. Churches, bazaars was like this, whereas the Aruni road, such area, like it was a native town. Two different cultures, two different townships emerged. One native town and one is this. So I will not go into details. All of us, various, particularly Bay Hall, various 19th century onwards, a lot of, activities emerged. But today what we have science city because of various reasons. C.V. Raman was, of course, all of us responsible for the Raman effect, and it became a city of, city of science. So this ISRO, HAL, HMT, whatever we have, all this emerged because of the 19th century innovations in Bangalore. So Bengaluru Palace, of course, we know this Bengaluru Palace was also in 19th century building. This is another photograph. European model of education. Just another last one or two points I'll just complete it. So 19th century we witnessed the large number of small schools emerged and they became a part of the education, the European education. Today, earlier the agrarian system education discontinued. Missionaries began to open the schools and for the native people, and churches also provided education for disciples. And central school, originally what we today Central College. Originally, before that there was a central school. It became a central high school, and later on Central College. And Bishop Cotton, many college schools started opening in Bangalore, and these are all schools were affiliated to Madras University. And this is a, Central College, 1860s it was built. This is a Central College building. These are all 19th century creations. Just to show Central, this is the old drawing, how people were taught by the missionaries. Missionaries, they used to come, teach the ladies at their own home or nearby. These are the original old schools from the European missionaries. This is a high school, 1869, girl students from London Missionary School in Bengaluru. This is the old photography. Imagine this kind of, students in that time. This is a matriculation class, 1866. This you can easily understand how society was there. Each one has a mundas, what you call turbans. Transportation. The next one is arrival of railways. Before railways, we had this palanquin or pallaki or kind of. This is the only transportation previously. Slowly changed to the bullock cart, horse cart. Sorry, this photograph or not. These are old. These are all from Bengaluru. These are all old drawings or photograph from Bengaluru. So imagine this is today what we have autos, what we have two-wheelers. So earlier people used to travel like this. People were traveling and transporting bullock cart. Then the tangas, they became a tanga, sometimes big bullock carts. So arrival of railways, this railway line made a very interesting history for Bengaluru. Madras was directly connected. After all this transportation problem, the railway connected to the Bengaluru. First railway station was the Cantonment railway station. Later on, they extended to the Mysore. The city railway station was established. After the city established Mysore, then there was a Maratha line. It's called Maratha line. Maratha line means those goes to the North Karnataka, the Hubli Dharwad railway. That is called Maratha line. And Yeshwanthpur railway station came. Malleshwaram also became part of the Maratha line. So Malleshwaram railway station, Yeshwanthpur railway station connected to the Maratha line, and the Madras line is connected to Cantonment, then the city railway station. So this is the network of the Bengaluru railways, and because of railways, large number of migration from the Tamil Nadu emerged from the, imagine today's railway going to the Madras or South India. Today also the lines are connected to the old today's Tamil area, what you mentioned town, Cox town, all this Tamil area and British area, they connected to that. Many are not connected to the old towns. So this is a very interesting. So this is the old railway line before this is just to show, Bengaluru railway line was established from Madras to Bengaluru. This is actually Britishers, they wanted to connect, not for the native people. Railway originally built for the Britishers, not for the native. Hardly people were using, but later on it became a part of the life of the native, and they slowly became a Bengaluru network. So this is the old Cantonment, Bengaluru Cantonment first railway. Aruni first railway. This building is now dismantled now. This is the people are just standing, you can just see that. This is a city railway station with a steam railway train. Those who are interesting, originally city railway station, today we see it as a later addition. Those who want to see old platform, 4th and 5th, if you go to the platform number 4th and 5th are the original Bengaluru railway station, city railway station. You can see pillar, iron pillar. This is the old railway platforms. After that, extended front and back also. So it is in the middle of the platform number 6 and 3. So this is a interesting. There is also museum. And Bengaluru, this is a Bengaluru. You can just see colors of regiment, Cambrian islands from Bengaluru. This is an old photograph of Bengaluru, British with the flags. Bengaluru also had a traditional, folk culture. They did not discontinue. Jatras was very popular. Karaga, Jatra, annual, like a Natkalapa circle, 4-5 temples are there. They used to have a Jatra every time. Also, till today, the Jatras are conducted. So, old photographs are available. This is Natkalapa circle. This is also Natkalapa circle, Jatra. Now Jatras are only held in the night. I don't know why. Because most of the people they come because after the office hours they come in the night. So just to show, this is a Bengaluru one family. This is a merchant family. Old photograph. How people were before, what we see today. So these are very rich merchants family. we have to remember one, that is a Maharaja Nalvadi Krishnadasa Vadiyan, who brought the 20th century into the modern culture. So modern Bengaluru. So before all this, after the takeover of Nalvadi Krishnadasa Vadiyan, Bengaluru became a center of this India, and large number of development we could see under his rule. So with this I will of course, Mythic Society and Indian Institute of Science, they established and founded in the 1909, and Mythic Society, emerged as a center of literature, center of culture, studies. Indian Institute of Science emerged as a center of science studies. So this is the 20th century, which I am not going to discuss about that. But these are the 19th century, entire 19th century made the society, or today what we have, all the, it goes back to the 19th century. The product, what we have today, the product is the 19th century product. We have education, revolution of industries, revolution of transportation, the culture, all this emerged in the 19th century. So this is how I thought of, I just wanted to introduce the Bengaluru, how important for understanding of the 19th century. So my point is, those who are interested on how to understand, usually we have a number of scholars, talk about the Bengaluru, usually we talk about Kempegoda and Nalvadi and other things, but okay. But actually what we are today, the product what we have, we have our dress culture is different. Kempegoda was not wearing our Nalvadi Krishnadasa period, we didn't have this kind of culture, we didn't have, transportation. All this changed in 19th century. So today's what we have today, and that's all belong to the 19th century, and we have to revisit the 19th century culture. We get number of, I've just selected only few of the important things. If you take it very seriously, understand the food culture. Food culture was also emerged in 19th century. What we have today may be different from the 18th century. So like that, students has a lot of scopes to understand the Bengaluru history, local history, various aspects. So once again I thank this opportunity to put my all the thoughts in this very big gathering here. So I thank all the dignitaries, all seniors. I'm very younger to them, but however I'm very happy. There are many scholars, they are attended this, and I thank the authority of MES College, Principal Madam, and the Mythic Society, both the organizers. So once again I thank all of you. Thank you very much.